episode of Woodburn's Solving Your China Business Pain Points. My name is Christina Kohler-Colucci. I'm the head of business advisory at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors. And in today's episode, we are giving you your top 10 checklist to set up a company in China. Now, this is in no concrete order. This is just a top 10 checklist of things that you should be thinking about, all right? Now, while the process to set up a company in China is no longer as complicated and complex as it used to be, it does not mean that there are not key decisions that have to be made. So in today's episode, you're going to find a definitive 10-point checklist to help you get started with your incorporation process. The first tip is choose your business activity. Understand what services, what goods, so let me rephrase that. What activities you're going to be performing in the Chinese market? Is it trade? Is it sales of services? Is it procurement? Is it marketing initiatives? What activities are you actually going to be performing? Our recommendation is always to do an immediate activity list, a short-term activity list, a long-term activity list, so you can understand what activities should be inside your business scope. Point 2 is find your ideal location. I did an earlier video about the tax and legal consequences of choosing your registered office address and about moving from city to city. The right location for you will depend on numerous factors. Understand what those factors may be. Is it budget? Is it business scope and business activities? Is it where your suppliers are based, where your customers are based, where third-party providers may be based? Analyze what is the right location for you. Understand where in China, and then go concrete into that in terms of city, district. Do you need to be in an industrial zone? Do you need a factory space? Do you need a commercial space? That leads on to point 3, which is finding your registered office address, i.e. your office space, okay? Once you've chosen your ideal location, it's time to start hunting for the space. There are a few common types available. There's serviced offices, as you can imagine, but then there's actual office spaces where you have to fit them in, do the decoration, etc. Understand what suits you the best, right? Understand your budget around that. Understand how quickly you also want to get up and running. Point 4, determine the legal structure that fits your business activity. Are you sufficient with having a representative office, or do you need a limited liability company? Do you need to have Chinese partners as part of the shareholding structure because they're going to add value into your organization? Are you going to set up a foreign invested partnership? Or are you going to be a silent partner and have a domestic mainland Chinese set up a company? There's so many options around the legal structure. It's understanding what fits your business activity, what fits your commitment, your risk level, and the liability that you're willing to hold. The next is choosing a local service agent. So foreign investors can only set up a company in China by partnering with a local service agent. A corporate service provider or law firm should have the ability to act as a local service agent. It's important to check their business license that they can do incorporations to verify that this is possible. Otherwise, you may be paying additional fees during the incorporation phase if those parties are outsourcing. Point 6, naming your company. Choosing a company name that sticks in the memory and conveys your brand values is not easy anywhere in the world. And in China, there are even more considerations to keep in mind. In summary, the company name is registered in the Chinese language, simplified or traditional versions, 2 to 4 characters long. Offensive language is forbidden. Company names cannot contain religious references or indeed references to any known organizations. In addition, they cannot include the names of countries, regions, cities, nor can they have alphabetical letters or numerals. Number 7 is getting your paperwork done. For this, I'm referring ultimately to those key decisions that have to be made, understanding to get the lease agreement, understanding to know who's going to be part of the corporate management structure, understanding that the shareholders' documents need to be notarized by the Chinese consulate or embassy in your home jurisdiction, or by a designated China notary, which would be the case in Hong Kong. You might also need shareholders' passports, directors' passports, all notarized. So get that paperwork done. That is extremely time-consuming. Point number 8, evaluate whether you need visas. Borders are now open. All right. So are you going to be expatriating or seconding people to China, or do you need to apply for business visas? Get that homework done, either going through a visa agency company or directly with the Chinese consulates and embassies to understand what is possible post-COVID. Point 9, owning shares in the company. There are 2 ways you can own shares in a Chinese company, either in your personal name or as an individual or through a corporate structure. Both are feasible. Owning shares through your company is often a more sensible option, just from a tax perspective and from a liability perspective. But you need to evaluate that in your home jurisdiction. Talk to your tax advisors who have international experience about what is the best fit for your organization in terms of who owns those shares. And last but not least, number 10, partner with a market entry advisor. Setting up, and I want to differentiate that from using a local service agent. A lot of local service agents don't give advisory. Partner with a market entry advisor who can advise you on these key decisions that have to be made, share with you the pros and cons, explain to you what might fit based on your business model, your business background. All right. Working with an advisor with local knowledge not only ensures that you complete all the necessary steps correctly, but it should give you a peace of mind in terms of your market entry into China. If you are in this phase of incorporating an entity in China and you don't feel you've got the transparency and clarity, or you're having trouble making decisions, click that link to our diary and we would be more than happy to help you. This is part of our core service. If you're interested to learn more about what we do as our services, head on over to our website, woodburnglobal.com. You'll have the full listing of services, everything from market entry advisory, pre-investment advisory, incorporation services, post-incorporation services. Check it out and let us know if you've got any questions. And if you enjoyed today's video, please press that like button. Please share our video. Our goal is to help as many people who are struggling in the Chinese market to remove those obstacles so that they can grow and scale faster. We look forward to seeing you at our next episode. Have a great day. Take care and goodbye.